Alright guys, today I want to talk about music. Most people think they only encounter music when they turn on the radio or they attend a concert, but music has played a big part in people's lives and in society more than actually people think they actually do, which you will see throughout this presentation. Music has been around for years. I mean, there have been archaeologists that have found drums and flutes that were carved out of bones that the Egyptians and the Greeks used to use in order to make music. Lullabies are probably one of the first encounters with music that people have when babies are crying. Parents' instinct is probably to, sing them a lullaby and try to soothe them, even if it's one of those little mobile things that it has a little jingle. It helps the baby relax and gets him back to sleep. Therapists have used music actually to help clients, re- with their emotions and relieve stress. It has been shown that music actually alters emotions and it's a good way of relieving stress and is what some therapists use study, and some people like to play music when they study. I like to do that. I had a teacher once that used to play Mozart, and she would make us write something, and she would say that the music actually help would make us think better, and it would help us think clearer and stimulate the brain, which it actually did. Religions. Some religions have choirs, hymns, psalms that they sing during the service. It's a spiritual thing to sing, with everybody, and it plays a very important part in religions. Many tribes like the American Indians used to play music and do dances in order to get rain when there was severe droughts. They thought by making music and dancing that it would actually make the gods would give them rain, and it was really important to them. When you drive your car, a lot of new cars have screens, navigation, DVDs, but one thing is common on is having a radio, so you can listen to music when you're driving to work or you're on a long road trip somewhere. Movies. When's the last time you went to a movie and it didn't have some sort of music? I mean, music can make a scene sadder. It can make a scene more dramatic. You know, if you see a movie, there's a lot of background music you probably never thought you heard of. Even when you're in the elevator, I mean, you're only in there for like 30 to 60 seconds, yet they still put a little elevator jingle. It's just a way of filling that awkward silence, even if you're only in there for like a short amount of time. I mean, if you're there by yourself or you're with somebody, that little jingle just, I guess, helps you, not freak out or something. Clubs revolve around nothing but music. Whether it's a fancy club with a piano or techno pumping clubs. They have been around for years, and it's a lot of teenagers and adults like going to clubs to have fun so they can dance. Listen to music. Concerts. I mean, other than sports venues, concerts are pretty much the biggest events that have a lot of attendees. Woodstock, for instance, was one of the biggest events that had the largest attendees, and that revolved on nothing but music. Working out. I mean, a lot of people like to listen to music when they work out. They put on their headphones, they put on their favorite, music, and it gets them pumping and motivates them. Zumba, which is a big craze, revolves on nothing but music. The people move with the beats. Without music, Zumba probably wouldn't exist. A lot of people like to meditate in silence, but there are some people that like to meditate with music. It helps them stimulate the brain, it relaxes them, it gives them to a calm place where they can meditate and be in peace. Uh, Romance. Back then people used to make mixtapes for people they liked. They would choose songs that would describe how they feel about them. There's there's couples that have songs that they play at their wedding that that dance to that reminds them of when they first met or something. A lot of people like to play music to express themselves, through their lyrics or through their style. A lot of people draw, a lot of people do it through fashion, a lot of people do it through writing, and some people use music as a medium to express themselves. A lot of societies, a lot of people have used music to rebel against societies. Like in the 50s, when kids used to listen to rock and roll, the, and the parents thought it was the devil's music, they would listen to rock and roll as a way to rebel against society for what, instead of listening to what they thought they should listen to, they used music to rebel against them. Uh, Music actually has helped define generations. I mean, when you think of a generation, probably the first thing that comes to mind is the style of music. The 50s, you think rock and roll. In the 70s, you think disco. 80s, punk rock. Music has played an important part in defining generations. Some people like to listen to music to escape, where they're having a rough day or they're just tired. They just put on their headphones or, they blast their favorite music and they just unwind at the end of the day or, during a break just to, take a mental break from everything without having to actually leave anywhere. Uh, you know, these are some of the reasons that I like music. A lot of people encounter music, whether it's in the supermarket when they have a song, whether it's the ringtone you pick for your telephone. Music is just a way of filling that awkward silence. I can't imagine my life without music, and I'm pretty sure most people can't either. Thank you.